that's where my journey really started, because I wanted change. The number one change I wanted was the fact that I was stagnant in one position for over 4 years. When I met you at Lynn Ngugi's show, I said one day I'll say my success story. I felt like I was stuck in somewhere, and I felt like, is this really what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, the rest of my entire career? But from the presentation of my CV, I landed like the exact title of the job that I had that we had revamped. The exact yes, customer service.
Welcome everyone to today's episode of Success Stories. I am elated, if you can tell, that we are joined by the very lovely Rachel. So Rachel landed a job after working with us, I think it was 10 months in, right? Then when we first worked on her profile, and I want to hear more about her story. I don't think we have really kept in touch in those 10 months, so I'm really curious to hear, how was it, how did she end up, applying to this opportunity? What is the opportunity that she got, and how is she actually enjoying it? So come on, let's welcome Rachel. Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Awesome, I'm doing great. Okay, awesome. I always love to ask this question because you've got like thousands, I was gonna say million people watching. Manifesting. But we've got a number of people watching. So for the people who are watching and don't know who Rachel is, who is Rachel? Please indulge us.
Okay, that question.
Yeah.
Oh, so Rachel is a customer service assistant by professional. I did journalism and media studies. That's what I did. But I started off as a salesperson. So yeah, salesperson. During the holidays, I would do promotions, blue band, even lotions. Yeah, so I started off at a very young age. That was even in high school. After high school, I would go do the promotions and get, a little bit of my pocket money. So in COVID started in 2020.
2020, yeah.
Yeah, 2020. So in 2020, I joined the university actually as a parallel student because I didn't get the marks that qualified me to go to JAB. So I went to the University of Nairobi and did the bachelor's degrees. But by then, when COVID hit, a lot of businesses were, went down, and my parents couldn't afford my fee. So I had to defer. So I had to defer the courses. Luckily enough, that same year, I got a job with. Yes, and I paid my fees for the rest of the years. Yes.
Wow.
So I had been working. So I was doing evening classes. So that's why I was able to multitask between work and, and school. Yes. So
yeah, that is so beautiful. I was saying wow because I'm just imagining by the time you're getting a role at that must have been what when you were, I'm trying to place your age, like maybe like early 20s, or even you hadn't even got into your 20s, right?
So at second year actually, yeah.
So yeah, so at such
Yeah.
a tender age, you're already working,
Yes.
and not only that, but you're also, financing your way through education.
Yeah.
That just speaks volumes. I'm being honest. I don't know if I could, but that just speaks volumes. Okay, so then yeah, you work for.
Yes. So I worked for actually 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for 4 years. So last year, the company was also going through some financial constraint,
Okay.
so they had to trench
Mm-hmm.
employees. And
Mm-hmm.
before even that, I
Yeah.
met you at Lynn Gugi's shows, LNN, and
Uh-huh.
that's where my journey really started, because I wanted change. The number one change I wanted was the fact that I was stagnant in one position for over 4 years. And then the fact that, yes, I was getting money through sales. Yes, I was paying my bills and all that. But it's not something I wanted to venture into, because with me, I felt like sales, you always start every month. You always start every month. You always start. So it wouldn't even
Yeah.
matter if you are winning. Let's say if I was winning in September. When it comes to October, you are all equal. You start again.
Yeah.
You start again afresh. And then another thing was that getting promotions were very, very minimal, because I don't know if it's the process or I don't know what, because in my entire working with corporate networks, I was a performer. And getting to the next level was, I don't know I don't know, of course, how they
Yeah.
used to do it, but we would see if there was a position, they'll take an outsider. They'll not consider people from the inside. So I also felt like I was stirred with that, rhythm of work. And when I met you at Lynn Gugi's show, I said one day I'll say my success story. And here I am.
Amazing.
Yeah,
And
so
here you are.
here I am. And so it's not like it was the first time for me to hear about remote jobs, because a friend of mine was working remotely with a certain company, and for her, yeah, she was, I can say, connected. So I really thought remote jobs, it's only connections and somebody
Yeah.
who knows somebody. So yeah. So but when I saw you at Lynn Gugi's show, I was like, oh, so it's possible. And so after that, I think I started looking for you. That while I was still, I started looking for you, and then you revamped my CV and my application letter, and that's where and then I started applying for the roles. Yes, so and then yeah.
I was laughing because I remember us having that conversation. You know, the conversation that you're saying every single month, like in sales, you start from zero. I remember you brought that up, and I was like, "Oh, but you could also try sales." And I'm like, maybe not. Like, let's find something else. That was like a huge pain point for you. So that's why we opted to go for something that is less strenuous in terms of the demand. So that's why we decided to go with customer experience. And granted, you as a salesperson, like I've always believed, you can't be an excellent sales professional if you don't know, if you're not also an excellent customer experience professional or customer service, right? Because you have to, it's all about relationship building and whatnot. And I do hear you on the limited growth that you kind of experienced in and I don't know if perhaps you listening into my story over at LNN, because I did, and I think when I was on there, I also spoke more about how there is accelerated growth in the remote space. So, that you feel like valued, all these amazing things. It doesn't come without its thorns, guys, right? But the perks kind of outweighs, the non-benefits. So was that like a contributing factor, seeing as you're feeling kind of stagnant in terms of your career growth? Before we can now move on to how many applications did you send out?
I felt like I was stuck in somewhere, and I felt like, is this really what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, for the rest of my entire career? Of course, I also applied for other roles in other companies, but the benefits I was getting was much more than these other companies that I was getting into, because at what we were even given medical covers. We were going to work from 11 a.m. So
Interesting.
To 6, and then it was field work. Yes, because I was dealing with agents and promoters, it was field work. So if you are placed in an area, let's say, for example, Rongai, you visit the agency in Rongai. You get to do the reports, their sales, they get to know what they lack, if they do not have the merchandise to sell. Yeah. So comparing to the other companies, yes, I was getting them. Plus the salary was also, for those other companies, the salary, for sales you have commissions.
Yes.
You have commissions, yes. So for these others, I was saying, even if there were commissions, they were not really as good as where I was at home. So that's why I decided to take a back sit a little bit as I apply and getting to know if what really works for me, because I would want again to go to another company with lesser benefits of what I was getting.
True.
Yeah.
True. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You always have to kind of like move forward. I do want to drive the conversation around. It has taken you 10 months since you last worked together, right?
Yes.
Paint me that time, because I feel like a lot of people either listen to other success stories, and granted, like majority of them have been like a month. I think the Lavender broke the record with her 3 days, but it's been like a month, 3-6 months, 10 months. Paint me a picture. What was going on, like in your head? Like what are some of the emotions that you're experiencing sending out applications month in, month out? Did you get, because like I said, like you haven't touched base in a very long time, during that period, did you get any interview invites? Were you ever shortlisted? Like, just paint me an entire picture. I'm really interested.
Okay, so when I approached you, I was still at Coco Networks. So for me, it wasn't really like, so I would go to interviews very confident, knowing that even if they don't take me, I still have a job.
You still have money in the bag.
Yeah, I still have something at the end of the month. But then when it came to last year DEC, I lost my job. So last year, December, I lost my job because of constraining, because of course, financial issues the company was going through. And of course, I was among the people that were let go of. But of course, they gave us some money. It was not, yes, of course, good money to start from somewhere. And of course, when you don't have an income and it's that's the only money you have, it also becomes a problem. So I was applying and getting interviews. Yes, I used to get interviews. I got interviews even with that.
Nice.
Yes, I got interviews with that. Did the gorilla tests, of course, and then went for the interview, passed. And then they really wanted somebody to be like there if you are in school, they will not take you because they wanted somebody
one
to
minute.
be consistently working for them. Yeah, so I managed to go to, and then everything was okay until I told them that I was strange. So
no, really?
yeah, so
Okay.
I don't know. I think maybe they thought I was strange for a negative reason. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I that was also a lesson learned that
Right?
the other
Yeah.
people who the other people who the companies when you go for interview and you say like you are trenched because of this and this, then it becomes a deal breaker for them. Yeah,
True,
so
true.
after
I mean,
that,
so
I also
in the most part, Rachel, sorry to cut you short, it does have like a negative connotation to it. When you are retrenched, it does have a negative connotation to it. So yeah, yeah, it's sad, but yeah, go on.
yeah, so again I got another interview with a certain university. It was an Indian university actually. Now a remote role. But that time they called me when I was in Mombasa.
Okay.
I had gone for a vacation in Mombasa, and it was on a Thursday. Actually, the HR called me when I was on transit, telling me that I have an interview the next day. So having an interview the next day, I was traveling at night. I didn't even have the official clothes. It was like I didn't even have official clothes to, and I didn't. The problem is I also didn't communicate to her that I was not able. So if we could maybe reschedule the interview.
Yeah.
So I just went and I did the interview, and network issues were there, and also the job was sent via WhatsApp, and they really wanted somebody who referred me. So I just applied for it, and I didn't know who to mention that referred to me. So that one was also a deal breaker, because I think for them they take somebody who has been referred to them.
Interesting.
Yes. So that one also went like that. Yeah, that one also went like that. And so I've been applying. I also got another one, but then the salary, when I quoted my salary, they were like, no. The salary will just they just disqualify you because of the salary that you quoted. Yeah. So
the one that, sorry Rachel, the one that told you were disqualified based off of your ask, was that an on-site role or a remote role?
it was an on-site job. I remember, when you said somebody should really know their worth and what they're supposed to earn. I went and Googled through Glassdoor and saw the salary that I was supposed to be paid. So when I quoted that, I think they were like, it's too high. And maybe there were interviewers also who maybe quoted it maybe a little bit lower. So that's why maybe they took them.
And you know what I love about it is because right now you're somewhere, and from the conversation that you had briefly, it's like you really enjoy where you are, right? I'm not asking you questions of that.
Yeah.
But the journey just goes ahead to show that so it could be that you all the rejections and perhaps you even rejecting a few roles were leading you to where you currently are, right? Which
Yes.
again,
Yeah.
you look like you're really comfortable in it.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that you also do need to understand your worth. Like even if when you're desperate, right? Because now I'm assuming you're retrenched, you're working with a minimum budget, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing coming in, so it means it's only depleting as the months go by. So despite you being desperate, you're still bold enough to be like, you know what, this is my worth, and this is what I'm going to quit.
Yes.
I do have a thing about the Indian company with sharing jobs on WhatsApp, and them just wanting to hire people that they've been recommended to. I'm not saying that they are a scam, but when you were speaking about it, it was just like dread all across this, experience. Because even when, and granted, remote companies will have like referral bonuses or like referral links for their existing employees, or even like content creators, or like other agencies, recruitment agencies, right? But still, it is the best person that gets hired, not because you're referred by so and so that you're going to get hired. It might work in your benefit in terms of you getting shortlisted because you are referred, but you're not going to get hired because you are referred. So yeah, maybe that was just like God saving you from being scammed. I don't know, my take. Yeah. So we are at a point where you've gone through what, 3 or 4 interviews. Nothing solid has come up yet. Then what?
Then I give up.
Okay.
Give up and say that I'm taking a break from all this. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'll come back again when I'm strong enough to face this situation. So I took a break. I rested for some months, but continued watching your show, and I was like, now let me pick it up again. So applying, and then now, I actually applied it around January and forgot about it. Yeah. There are those interviews that you really apply, and then you even forget that you really applied for that role. Even for Coco Networks, I applied, and then when the HR called me, I was like, which company? Yeah, so I applied, and then I even forgot about it, and then one Friday evening, being called and told to bring certain documents, yes. And of course, the verification process also happens before everything. And when they call you, they give you really limited time to to do everything. And there are some things like certificate verification that takes up to 2 weeks, actually mine went for almost a month. And yeah, there are others that you have to get a lawyer to verify, like the EACC one, CRB. You have to be cleared. You have to get all those certificates: CRB, EACC, HELB, of course, KRA, PIN, and other, which was so many, and they really, really took a lot of money.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, and then following up, you really have to follow up, because you apply and then you take the papers physically, because some papers might be bypassed when you just send them, Yeah, so you also for government, you just have to go there. So I used to go there physically. I printed my papers, took them all physically. Yeah, and then now, when I was called, I was told again that my ESCC certificate is missing. I was
So you
called on
have
a
to go and
Friday.
get it again.
You told go for you come for your offer letter, but then before you come for your offer letter, you have to bring the ESCC certificate. So that's on a Friday, and no ESCC you have to go to integrity for it to be stamped. So on a Friday, you have to look for a lawyer again because this is ESCC. So I looked for a lawyer again during the weekend, and they told me to go on a Monday. So on a Monday, I went, and of course, he verified the certificates, and then I took them again to integrity. Then took them again to where I'm working right now. Yeah.
Interesting. So because you said, so you did apply in January and you forgot about it. From January to the date that you are called, like hey, Rachel, bring, your papers. What was the time duration of that?
I can say I was called was it June? July.
Okay.
Yes, July.
Interesting. For the people for the folks who are watching outside of Kenya and you don't know, what exactly we're talking about. We're not going to say the company, but Rachel did land herself an on-site role. So when I usually talk about, you need to have an latest-friendly CV, optimized LinkedIn profile, and whatnot, it is just not for the remote space, right? Yeah, you can also land a job on site, and this is one story of this. Awesome. Cool. So just to kind of wrap this up, or just bring it all together, Rachel, what are some of the things that you felt kind of worked in your favor? I mean, granted, you already went through 3 or 4 interviews before you landed this particular role. But what are some of the learnings that you took with you that enabled you to kind of land where you currently are at?
So number one, of course, was follow-ups. Really do follow up on the interviews. Do follow up on, of course, the process, because sometimes you go quiet. Some people also go quiet on you. But if you keep on following up and going there, because I used to go there. If they want the certificate, I just go there physically and presented it there. And when I was told now to present the ESCC certificate, I was told to present it on Monday. So I had to really work on it during the weekend and make sure by that Monday I take the ESCC certificate. So by Monday, my letter wasn't yet signed. So they told me, you go, we will call you. I couldn't wait to be called because there's some other people who, of course, I had seen who had already started the onboarding process. So I was like, hey, Apana, I can't wait. So when he told me bring the ESCC certificate and come for your letter, I was like, I was supposed to receive my letter the same day that I gave you the ESCC certificate. So I used to go there until they said, now sit down here. We are going to look for the manager and they are going to sign that and then give you your letter. Yeah, because probably they would have forgotten about me. Yeah,
it is true, and that is why I think we did like a video on what you should do once you get feedback from a recruiter, be it positive or negative, especially when you get like those reject emails. A good not honestly pro tip, what you can do is just send them, like, respond to that email address and ask them, how did you perform, or in which areas did you not meet their expectations? And to me, that signals as to, what exactly you're doing, kind of like pushing and kind of, you want to know where you are at, because at the end of the day, you only get something if you are 100% convinced and you know it in your heart of hearts that this is what you want, right?
Yes.
Not to say that it's not going to come easy or whatnot, but you need to believe that this is it. This is life and death. It is this or nothing. And exactly, so that's what I'm seeing. You kind of went to that mindset, and
so another thing is, of course, your CV, your application letter, because for me, people were given other roles that maybe were not even on their CV, but from the presentation of my CV, I landed like the exact title of the job that I had that we had revamped. The exact customer service, and it was really. I was really, really happy because I saw other people who got roles that they had not really, done.
No experiencing.
No experiencing. And for me to just land a job with the same, like what I really needed or what we really worked for with you was a very great thing for me. Yes, and another one is just be confident and know your worth. Know what if they're asking you what salary do you expect, go there confidently. Don't underquote so that or they can take you, because just quote what what you want. Yes, if they'll take you, then it's okay. If they'll not take you, then maybe it wasn't yours.
True. I'm a 100% believer of, what is yours, and what is not yours will always pass you by. Like the bus that you aren't meant to catch, you won't catch it, whether you run or jog or do what. You can go through all the hoops, but if it's not meant to be yours, it's not meant to be yours. So thank you for that, Rachel.
Yes. So even when you're applying for these roles, don't just check the CV, like check the job description and edit whatever to align with the role that you're applying for. Because the first mistake I did was send the CV without looking at the job description and without editing whatever that's necessary to that job. And be confident. And watch Lorraine's watch Beyond the Savannah.
Thank you for the shameless plug. Thank you so much. But I do like that. I like that you kind of learned how to be strategic, right? Like you don't just decide to throw spaghetti on the wall and hope that it sticks. You have to be strategic about your job search. One last question, Rachel. If you were to speak to Rachel 10 months back and today, what would you tell that Rachel?
Oh, I think I will tell her not to give up, to keep going, and to trust the process, and of course to trust God. Because of course, actually, let me tell you something, Lorraine. I last year was starting, that's January, I really prayed to God, and I told God that if staying at my previous job was not going to make me grow, then please take away that job. And then it happened, and I was like, really, God, I was just joking.
You weren't serious.
I wasn't serious. And then and I think I've seen God through this year. I've seen God through even the previous year. Even the job I had,
Yeah.
That was good. That was good because maybe I would have dropped out of school because of the fee and everything, but all
Yeah.
things work together for good for those who know the Lord. Yeah, and once you believe you're
Absolutely.
the child of God, yeah, you go to God as a father. Sometimes you go to him angry, sometimes you you just talk to him as a friend, and all
Mhm.
things will work out just fine. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. Rachel, I know I said one last question. Have you finished, like, where are you on your education? Did you graduate? What's the story there?
Well, I graduated. Yes, I graduated in 2022
Ah, awesome.
while I
Okay.
was still at.
Honestly, like, cool. Oh, man, awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rachel, for gracing our channel and just being so kind and gracious enough to share your story with us. I absolutely enjoyed this segment. I want to know from the viewers at home, do leave us a comment. What is one your biggest takeaway from this video? And to any questions to Rachel or to me, just leave it in the comment section and we'll get to it. But once again, thank you so much, Rachel. I cannot wait to see where your journey goes because this is just the first step, right? I am
Yeah.
assuming, and this is me being presumptuous about your story, I'm still assuming that you still continue to send out applications remotely.
Of course, of course, of course.
Right.
Now that I have experience in, of course, whatever we had aligned with, at least if I get
Exactly.
more experience in this role, and I'm still continuing to apply, I'm still continuing to perfect my skills, and of course, do other certificate courses. Like I want to do Germany, I want to do French because, yeah, we are meeting a lot of clients who do not know English. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, and I feel like there's a gap there for me. So I'll do French or Germany. French maybe and
Look
Germany.
at you. Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
great.
Thank you also
Well,
for having me. Yeah, really. I'm really grateful also for your channel has really played a big role to my career and to where I am right now. So thank you so much.
thank you. Awesome, great. Well, I guess until the next one, I will see you guys. Bye.